Was it all?
We have one that has information.
If you go back,
well, it's not an old last name, it's like my great grandfather
I know. Some of the
created the last.
Oh my God, I see you.
Back, because back in the day, it was like John, son of blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of a few words that put together. But I guess you'd say the first
I want to
pronunciation.
introduce you to somebody. This is Aaron.
Hey, how are you?
Aaron,
America,
the acting classes that you have to come to. Cell-phone's wife.
Give a little
Yes.
sip in there.
And what's your name?
Give me that.
That's why I didn't answer the phone one time.
All right.
Because I guess
That might be better off
he
maybe
didn't
when
show
they
up.
just slide. That'd be better.
Can you take a picture of us real quick? Real fast. I just want to bring her in on stage and just take a picture with us underneath. Could you do that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. 8997. Come in real quick. Come on. Look at this outfit, guys. Come on.
Should we do it?
I mean, come on. Look at this. And she's a doctor.
A doctor.
She's a doctor.
Where's
8997.
your camera?
My camera says camera.
There it is.
There you go. I know. Oh my gosh. And I gotta get her in front of the microphone.
All right, there we go. Hi. All right, let me do it.
Okay, and I need her in front of the mic. There you go. All right, now I need you in front of this microphone.
Okay.
And I need you to hold it real close. And all boys, look, you didn't even look up. Tits came out. You could tell you're in. He's so in his porn, you didn't even notice your titties. I just need a few shots.
Okay.
This is so great. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say
Not
that.
on. Not on. Yeah, there we go. That's a good one. There we go.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
oh my
ready?
God,
Go
you're
ahead.
beautiful.
Okay.
So do that. Loosen up, turn around. There we go. Yes,
Yeah,
there you
there you go.
Okay.
All right,
go. And introduce yourself.
we're going.
I'm double parked.
Go.
I'm in the corner here.
Go.
Okay.
Listen, be careful. Oh my God.
Double park.
Fabulous. I mean, come on. Give her a round of applause, all right?
All right, we're coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're live. We're live. We don't know how we've done it, but we're live. We don't know how we're still here, and we're live. And God bless them. I mean, people, let me tell you something. People love me. Not here, but people love me. You know, like before my girlfriend was going to become a nun, she met with me and our Spanish teacher. And I don't know why she brought our Spanish teacher. Her name was Alexa Gomez. And it was a serious conversation because she's not the first friend that became a nun. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I said to her, are you sure about this? In her family, there's 13 kids. Yeah, and she's going this whole thing. But at the end of the day, she's a nun, loving her life. She contacts me and says she's no longer a nun. This is like 15 years later. She goes, and you and I can have a beer now. I said, like, you never had a beer when you were a nun, okay? Like, you never, like, would you ever imagine? I've got friends who are nuns. Nuns. And I don't mean none of this, none of that. I'm talking about, like, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. It was in the beginning, and will, and always will be. The world without end, amen. What's wrong?
I just went into shock. It's very traumatic for me.
It is traumatic. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. My last confession was 3, 4, 5, 6 days ago. I'm lying right now, Father. Speaking of the Father of all, look at you. See, I have people praying, man.
He looks like a young Jesus.
You know, you look. This is no. Last time the owner told me, don't you ever do another Catholic joke again.
But he's Jewish.
To me.
But I get to.
No, I know. No, he's dead. It's okay now.
Oh, it's okay. He's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it's me that did. It was a mess. I mean, we talked about it briefly because there was someone that was, oh my God, my cardiologist has this woman that says to me, are you near the film actor shop? Is that where you're working? I go, as a matter of fact, we're opening soon. And she says, so how's Otto doing? She's talking about the film actor shop, the original owner, not you. Not you, I mean. Aaron McIntyre. I'm sorry. I'm not even telling the story. But what are the odds that she knows him? What are the odds that the cardiologist knew the guy that ran the place, that told me, he was the owner, that told me no more Catholic jokes? Like, how are you going to tell a Catholic school girl that? Because Mel Gibson was his best friend. And do you know about Opus Dei?
Yeah, I know what it is.
It's not a cult. That's what they say.
They're like the Orthodox
They're the Orthodox of beautiful. It's the Hasidim of
Catholicism.
It's the craziest. And do you know why it's the craziest? Did I ever share it with you? You're into all these messages. Do you know what? They have a crown of thorns on their finger into their bone. It grows into their bone, because if Christ could have a crown of thorns, why can't we just do that? I had it explained to me, and I saw the ring. And I was on the road with Tommy Savitt, who was so mad at me because he's like, you stop talking to weirdos, okay? And that's when I fell at the airport. I was on crutches, and he goes, get up. And we worked together. He's not like abusive or anything. Just so crazy, because I'm explaining it to people. I say, he's not my boyfriend. It's crazy. He says, get up. Because then I sat next to a Muslim, okay? Radical. She tells me my name's Muslim. I was like, oh, because it was interesting, because she says, and I was like, she's crazy. And when I got pulled into the brown room, I started having sympathy for other people. All right, let me tell you what's going on tonight. I have cotton mouth, and I have some water. It's over there. And we're having a great night tonight. Tonight, yes, it is a great night. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I promised to give shout-outs, and I can't right now. Could you pass me that water real quick? Could you keep drinking water in front of me? And I'm getting thirstier. Thank you so much. Oh, my God, don't do that to me. God bless him. He just genuflected. You hear that? Yeah. You got to hear. Listen to this. I say to Mark, I say to my husband at an Italian Catholic funeral, all right? She doesn't know how to genuflect. When she gets up to the casket, he said, she doesn't know how to what? Thank you. Does it sound sexual? Does it sound sexual? Does it sound? Wow, I sound like a totally different person.
The act itself is submissive, so it does kind of qualify.
Now, you know there's only one time you bow when you're a Jew, and that's on Yom Kippur. Not that anybody's here to convert to Judaism, but he's sitting like he's a freaking Hindu over there with his legs crossed like a pretzel. Let me tell you something, honey. You hit 45 and you can't get him out, and you start rolling around. You start having sympathy for, you're like, all my money's going to Tea. We're doing a fundraiser. In fact, I can't wait to bring on the co-director of this place. He is now starting the first boutique. I'm telling you something. Nobody has a place like this when it comes to acting, the acting school. And it's called the Film Actors Cafe. And Aaron McIntyre's been doing this for a very long time. And it's just so wonderful to see everything come into fruition. He had such a great time. We were here for the, what was it called? It was like not an open mic. It was the night they had the opening. And I saw an actor that said he wasn't an actor leave an actor. And I don't see that often with teachers. And he also made me realize that I'm stressing the wrong stuff when I'm doing my read. You know how we stress these things like, oh my God, how am I going to get this done? And so it's just wonderful that I'm on the other side of that, because I can't help you guys with that. I'm going to tell you can't do it. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to say, give it up. But I'd like to bring to the stage my friend, my co-partner, this crazy thing we do that we love called show business. The one, the only, Aaron McIntyre. Let me hear you.
Woo! Wow.
Yeah, say it.
Wow.
I don't remember.
Wow.
Genuflecting. Give him a round of applause.
Brad flow.
Another thing.
Beautiful.
Totally planned. Thank you. It really was. The fall was a little harder than I had planned, but that's okay. I can live with that. Yeah. That was my favorite Bill Cosby bit. Was the doctor going, does that hurt? Okay, so last week I started talking about the Bible. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bible. And it just got me, it got me so enthralled that I had to go home. And I started going through it, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning now, and I'm reading Proverbs. So I got some Proverbs for you tonight, people. This is going to be great, because I think that the Bible is actually 2 books in one. May even be more than that, because it may be a book for, I don't know, Elon Musk. He might have a book in there someplace. But the 2 sides are, the Bible is supposed to be about love, right? I love you. You are blessed. You are blessed. You are blessed. We are all blessed, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And then you got the other side, which is like, yeah, well, if your son, he talks back to you, you can smack him around a little bit. And, if somehow they get this thing confused, there's all these things in the Bible talking about if nobody believes in Jesus, just leave them alone. Right? I mean, that's the message. You're supposed to go, okay, well, I'll tell you about Jesus. Jesus, my friend. But if you don't believe in him, you want to believe in some, Muslim guy, then go for it. But they don't really do that. So here's the two. Okay, so I went through Proverbs. And I found some very interesting information. So I will be reading Proverbs from the two sides. And it's literally within every little parable. Okay, you ready? At the window of my house, I looked down through the lattice. Whoa, this is starting to get steamy already. You're looking out from the window and out the lattice. That's so amazing. I saw among the simple, I noticed among the young men a youth who had no sense. The fuck is he talking about? He was going down the street near the corner, walking along the direction of her house at twilight, as the day was fading, as the dark of night set in. This is Proverbs. This is supposed to teach you lessons, so they're teaching about the nighttime and don't, going down by the house. And I looked out through my window. Then they go into, then out came a woman to meet him, dressed like a prostitute and with crafty intent. Then in parentheses it says, she is unruly and defiant. Her feet never stay at home. Now in the street, now in the squares, at every corner she lurks. Whew, sounds serious. She took hold of him and kissed him, and with a brazen face she said, today I fill my vows, and she probably didn't talk like that. She probably talked more like, how today I feel. No, she didn't have a southern accent. She wouldn't have a southern accent, right? She'd have, she'd have, today I fill my vows. It would be more kind of a Jewish, right? Today I fulfill my vows, and I have food from my fellowship offering it home. So she's asking him to come home for dinner. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Then it says, so I came out to meet you. I looked for you, and I have found you. I covered my bed with colored linens from Egypt. Oh, I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. God, she's really going all out to get this guy. I didn't know prostitutes did that. Do you think that the hookers that come up to your window I've got some cinnamon here? Come, let's drink deeply and love till morning, is what she said. I would do that. Right? I mean, I would do that. I would, sure. Let's cinnamon, myrrh. Well, perfumes in the bed. Shit. And now I get laid. Dinner. It's like dinner in a movie. My husband is not at home. He has gone on a long journey. He took his purse filled with money. Oh, okay. And will not be home till full moon, which means I don't have any money and you need to pay me for the sex we're about to have. All right, so that was Proverbs 7:6, yeah. Then it goes on. I took out some stuff, because, they rewrite the Bible all the time. The app keeps updating. Anya is the one who got me on this shit. He was talking about the updates of the... with persuasive words, she led him astray. She seduced him with her smooth talk. All at once he followed her like an ox going to the slaughter. Yeah, you know, getting a blowjob from a prostitute is not quite like being taken like an ox to the slaughter, I don't think. Would you agree with that? Yeah, ox to a slaughter, blowjob in a Nova. I think that's... The Nova had to come out sometime, you know. Yeah, well, you know. It's a 50-year-old car, damn it. That's right. Okay, Patty, it was off the cuff, and it was the first car that came to mind.
I've actually got
Oh my God.
but I don't have a
Oh my God.
Okay. One of the things that I noticed, okay, I'm going to get off of that because, you know, prostitute, blah, blah, blah. But thank you. But one of the things that I've been noticing is every fucking my son, I keep my words and store up my commands within you. And every single one of them says, now listen. Really, listen. You got to listen to me. You really, really, really have to listen to me. If you don't listen to me, things are going to be bad, okay? So take my word. This is they go on and on. Every parable keeps going. You better fucking listen. So it makes me kind of feel like maybe their message isn't that great, you know? Or it's like the precursor to the commercial that keeps going, you know? Multiple times. You ever seen that where you're watching a show and all of a sudden a commercial comes on and right after the same commercial comes on? Yeah. 3. The law of threes. They put them on 3 times, you're going to remember, right? That's why you'll always hear the phone number on a commercial 3 times. Because it's some kind of statistic or something.
They do, thank God.
There are 6 things the Lord hates. 7 are detestable to him. Yes. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue. So, that's me. Hands that shed innocent blood. Well, okay, I'll buy that one, you know. I mean, haughty eyes, I don't give shit. You can look at me any way you want. A heart that devises wicked schemes. Feet that are quick to rush into evil. A false witness who pours out lies. And a person who stirs up conflict in the community. Okay. That's interesting, but there was so good stuff. My son, what was the one thing that was, where my ways are in full view? Oh, now I got 2 minutes. 2 minutes? Okay. But this is the duality thing, right? For your ways are in full view of the Lord, and he examines all your paths. The evil deeds of wicked ensnare them. The cords of their sins hold them fast. For lack of discipline they will die, led astray by their own great folly. So it's very vengeful. Very vengeful. They're going to take them out. But I can't find the ones, because there's ones where it's like, if you believe in my word, you will have everlasting life and everything will be great and blah, blah, blah. But if you sin, you will die. You will burn. Your body will boil, will have boils. I mean, it just goes on. And then at one point they go, yeah, but if people don't really believe it, don't worry about it. Just let them go. Let them die the way they're going to die, you know? Anyway, that's stuff I'm working on. I'll keep working on it. Thanks a lot for all your attention. You guys are fabulous. Oh, and yeah, you can find me, Aaron McIntyre. Say, I forgot to even say my name.
Good.
All right, Aaron McIntyre everywhere.
Everywhere. McIntyre is everywhere. He is.
It was a shit brown Nova.
You know, I'm feeling there's not enough hormones in here, but there are. There are. I had something strange happen. I just want to share with you real quick. I went to Ralph's. I don't know what happened to me, but I got in there for 3 hours. It was horrible for 3 hours. I'm at Bristol Farms In-N-Out paying triple. That's why. Because you're in and out. I don't know what happened to me, but when I got to the line, this girl who's waiting on me says, "Can I smell your cream?" And I said, "Sure." And she opened it and said, "Like mi abuelita. She died a year ago." So I said, "Wow, I'm really sorry." She said, this is really like for old people. She says, you're buying this for you? And I'm like really old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm abuelita. That's okay. So then something else comes down, and it's a hair product. You know, black people have different hair products. And she says, do you mind if I smell this? I don't mind, but there's a line behind me that wants to kick me in my black and white ass, right? So I said, okay. And she opened it, and she said, this is going to smell good in your hair. And I said, thank you. And then before I left, she said, can I just smell the pink one more time? And she said, I just want to say something. Do you use placenta? She goes, no. She says to me, do you use that stuff in your hair and I go, placenta? And she says, yeah. I go, yeah, if I can get my hands on it. So I go, are you Dominican? And she goes, no. I'm from San Salvador. My husband's Dominican. That's a shit show. I know you guys have no idea. But Dominicans have hair like me and they'll do anything to get rid of it, okay? And so they use the placenta of a cow, and it comes in a glass tube, and you crack it on the side. And I know it sounds crazy, but I knew what he was talking about. And I'm not going to bore this guy anymore because his life's so exciting, okay? And guys, we have found the real criminal here. The criminal of comedy. I love this guy. Let's give it up for Colin. Yes. Colin Adley. I don't know whether you do that or what.
I'm a criminal of comedy. Oh my God. I love the alliteration. Criminal comedy, Colin. Yeah. Tribbles. I got a show in Manhattan Beach tonight, so I'm running through a set. Hope you guys don't mind. You've heard it all before. But so no, I'm doing 10 minutes, so it's perfect. Thank you though. Yay. All right. So I'm in therapy. Are we in therapy? Clap if you're in therapy. Clap if you should be in therapy. Yeah, we should be in therapy. I'm in therapy. I like therapists. I like therapy. It's just the problem with it for me is like they don't always tell you what the problem is. They have to like guide you to the right answer, right? Which in any other profession that would just make you shitty, right? Like if your plumber had to guide you on how to fix your sink, and you'd have to be like, okay, so what do I take? I grab the wrench, and he's like, yeah, you grab that wrench, and how much do I tighten it? And he's like, well, you'll know how tight. It's up to you to find out in your heart how much to tighten it. Like, I wish my therapist was like a plumber, you know? Like, I want my therapist to look at me, pull out a notepad, tap me on the head, and be like, yep, that's a classic case of narcissism. I knew it. I need to call my narcissism guy. He'll be over in a few weeks. And oh my God, look at all this. There's a leak in your healthy boundaries. Jesus Christ. And oh my God, look at all this toxic masculinity I need to snake up. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I had a therapist I had a therapist who believed in astrology. Yeah, which does not make them a bad therapist, but it's kind of like if your airline pilot believed in flat Earth. You know, like, this is your captain speaking. We just reached our cruising altitude of 30,000 feet. If you look over to your left, you'll see the Grand Canyon. If you look over to your right, you will see the edge of the Earth. I had an airline. It'd be funny if I had an airline pilot who believed in astrology. He came on like, we just reached our cruising altitude of 30,000 feet. However, Mercury is in retrograde, so we're just going to land now, just in case. We just found out that LAX is a Pisces, so we're going to land in LaGuardia. Just want to be careful, folks. I had a therapist who, she said to me, just keep swimming. That is a Disney quote from Finding Nemo. Do you think if Disney quotes worked on me, I'd be in your office? All right, I would be doing the second most depressing thing besides being suicidal. I would be a Disney adult. I had a therapist who only talked about her problems. I thought I was supposed to go there to talk about mine, but she said, I think she did it to get me to relate to her. If that makes sense, like see how she solved problems and like look at the world through her eyes and live her life. But she was a 65-year-old black woman from New York. And I'm a 28-year-old white guy from Redondo Beach. All right, the Venn diagram was 2 separate circles. Also, 65-year-old black woman from New York. You know how hard it is to complain when your therapist had a harder life than you? I'd be like, my parents were rude to me today. She's like, you know who was rude to me? Every cop ever. Like, oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm like, I felt like, I'm not listened to. She's like, you know who doesn't feel listened to? The black community. Oh, okay, my bad. Where was I going to go with this? I'm on dating apps. I'm on a lot of dating. I'm gonna use you as a what's the word, proxy here. A lot of guys say they can't tell when a woman's flirting with them, which I think is really weird. Like, you should be able to tell. Like, excuse me, miss, what's your name? Samantha. Where are you from, Samantha? Patterson, New York. Now, she was clearly flirting with me. It was very obvious. It was very clear. Give it up for Samantha, everybody. We're from Patterson, New York, everybody. Yeah, dating is kind of weird. Okay, why am I blanking? I'm a little nervous for the show.
Don't be nervous, and let me tell you, and I'll give you your time.
All right.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why you're losing on that joke. Go back. I'm going to give him this time.
Okay. I appreciate you.
First of all, you're insulting the entire black community with that joke because it's assuming that I think you have to describe her.
Yeah.
You did that before and you didn't this time.
Yeah.
It changes everything.
Yeah.
Because it makes her radical. Either she's got a big afro, or she's got braids. She's got box braids.
Yeah.
I just can't relate to the, although I love it.
Yeah.
Go with the love with that. Because then out of nowhere, I'll tell you who had it harder.
Yeah.
And be that person, and don't be afraid to. If you're already saying it.
Yeah.
Be it. And what problems? Like, she could say something like keep going though. Right here, you're backing up on something. Why? This joke. On this last joke you're doing now.
The dating stuff?
Yes.
Oh, I was trying to remember properly. I was gonna set it up, but
Go ahead.
So yeah, I go on a lot of different like dating apps and stuff. Like I use Bumble. If you guys have ever used Bumble, I don't know if you noticed. Like on Bumble, you can pay like $20 a month and get like more likes, but you can also pay $200 and get unlimited access to the app forever for the rest of your life. Do you know how little you have to believe in yourself if you think you need a lifetime to find love? That is the most pathetic. I bought it twice. I bought it twice. I used to date the woman at my leasing office, which we broke up. But like, I think it's okay. I think we're on good terms. My rent's been going up $200 a month, but other than that, I think we're doing okay. I go on, I use the app Hinge, and sometimes I'll look at old matches, because sometimes they'll just be sitting there in my phone, all these people I stopped talking to, and I'll be bored on a Friday night, and I'll go like look at the matches and see if I can reconnect with them. And it kind of feels like when you're hungry and you have food in the fridge, but you don't want any of the food in the fridge, but you keep going back to the fridge. So you go and you're like, that's too old. No. You go, oh, wait. I'm not in the mood for Italian. Never mind. And you go, what? You know what? I'm just going to go order Chinese. I think that's a prostitution joke. I don't know how to... I think that's ultimately what that means. I've been... you guys ever do stuff for money you're not proud of? I'm doing that right now. I have a friend who does OnlyFans, and she is currently paying me to manage her account. And I'm messaging all the guys. It's me. Aha. And turns out I'm pretty good at it. That creative writing degree I got, it's coming in handy. Yeah, a lot of guys, you think you want to talk to a hot chick online. No, you want to talk to an equally horny man. Okay? I know what you want, and I will make you come. I will look at you. Billy Ramirez. A lot of the guys, they'll ask for pictures and videos, and I have to message her to make the pictures and videos, and she sends them to me, and I send it to them. And it kind of makes me feel like a short order cook. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I need 3 bikini pics, hold the side boob, 2 dildo videos, and 1 cream pie, extra cream. Sometimes the guys complain about the price. They don't like the price. Like, fucking $10 for an ass pic, that's bullshit. I'm like, fuck you. So I sent a picture of my ass instead. And he's like, take a yeah. And then they're like, oh my God, I just came. And then I sent a picture of my face right after. Just to let them know. Sometimes the guys will talk about like all their problems, like what they're going through, which is really weird to me because like it's hard to get guys to go to therapy. I think we know this. Men struggle to go to therapy. Maybe we got to start doing therapy through OnlyFans. Either that or therapists got to start showing some tits. I don't know. I just don't think men need to be horny to talk about their feelings. I don't know why. That's wrong with us. Sometimes she struggles to like sometimes she doesn't want to make the content. She stops believing in herself and she like thinks she can't do it. And I kind of feel like a coach at the end of a football movie motivating her. You know, I'd be like, listen, you got amazing tits. All right. You got to believe in yourself. Now go out there and show them what your tits are made of. I saw this billboard recently. It's the weirdest billboard I've ever seen in LA. It says, have you been sexually harassed? Call 1-800-FU-BULLY. That is the weird F-U bully. Like, we're going to bring sex back into this? Like, that's such a... You're not going to fuck the person who sexually harassed you. You know, that's like if you saw like it was a billboard for burn victims and it said like, call our hotline. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. It's inappropriate, right? Okay, cool. Or like people who had like a botched surgery and it said call 1-800-CUT-IT-OUT. Like, don't do that. Also, bully is a weird choice of words. Bully. I don't think of a sexual harasser as a bully, but like a high school bully. Like, haha, got your tit. Like, what? That's so weird. I think I'm out of time, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I took your time. I took your time.
Oh.
But I'm going to go back. Okay. I'm sorry. And wait, round of applause, by the way.
Thank you.
They want to laugh at you, and you know something? You have a chance to do a different character.
Yeah.
The coach should be a different character.
Okay.
It should not be you. I like that. I mean, if you step away, like the coaching, I just think it all seems the same. I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about, let's give her a name. I like this psychologist thing. The box braids. I mean, I don't know, but I'm
yeah.
I'll give.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? The more you go there, the less insulting it is, because you're assuming that every black person has had a hard time, or assumes because of the color of their skin, and you don't want to alienate that audience.
Yeah.
And we're
So it's her.
Don't get me wrong. She's cool. She's got the box braid. She's hip.
Yeah. So just describe her. Give a story.
I'm just not a 65-year-old black woman, and
Yeah,
I
that's
just
it.
can't
That's
complain.
Yeah.
I might complain.
Paint a picture of what she, just like what she looks like, and and
She has a bonnet with matching.
Stop that! Stop that! Stop that! It's half Turkish. They do. Feel what I'm saying to you?
yes.
Look for the love. Do not alienate.
Look for love. Yes. Okay.
And where she's from too, I think would also.
Oh, New York. New York.
No, yeah, he already.
I said New York.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
So
New York.
Right. That's enough. Don't
Yeah.
get that.
It's like, should I just?
Go ahead.
Okay, but describe her like, you know, she was a 65-year-old black woman from New York, and I'm, you know.
No. Believe me, she's great.
She's great. Yes, I love my therapist. Yeah.
And there's one. Only sometimes she's. It would be funny if you would incorporate the two of them, and just say. Sometimes she just talks about herself and doesn't finish. Like she'll say, I can't, and doesn't finish the sentence. It's just one. I'm just trying to think of these things.
Yeah.
That would be said to you
from
her, but.
Yeah.
You attack. It's on the attack. It's like, how can I say I had it harder than her? She's black. Boom. No way. After we have to decorate that. We have to, and she's the best. I'm the best. You know why?
Yeah.
Everybody needs a strong black woman in their lives. It's just that I'm not on the same page as a 65-year-old.
Yeah,
black
that's
woman.
exactly what I'm trying to. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That way you say wonderful things first.
Yeah. Say
Decorate that
positive
cake.
things. Yeah. Okay.
Decorate that cake, and only you can do it because you're the only charming one up here. and we believe you.
Okay.
And then I want to see you coach next time. I'm sorry. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So there you go. We always make people feel good before a show. That's the kind of shit we do here, okay? Getting ready to do a show. We're going to make sure that whatever they say, whatever is said. We're in the house with Billy Ramirez, ladies and gentlemen.
I like that it's a workshop day because I just got some more loose thoughts and rough drafts. I've been thinking about this plant this whole time. How this hanging plant right now is just a plant.
Water.
Anyways, all right. What do I want to start with? This would be like all right. Let's see how I feel about this one on this attempt. Yeah, why not? Let's see. So it's Monday night, but there's no Monday Night Football, which means that there's no football on. And chances are you're not seeing Jake from State Farm hanging out with NFL players. And the reason I bring up Jake from State Farm is because I don't like Jake from State Farm. I don't get the point of Jake from State Farm. I like the other guy. And it's not a racial thing. It's just because it's more of an economic thing. Like the first guy, he was up at 3 a.m. trying to sell insurance, right, in full uniform, full garb, and his miserable wife's like, she sounds hideous. Like really, in that bathrobe, glass houses, lady. And then all of a sudden, this poor son of a bitch who's just trying to make ends meet is gone, and then he's replaced by this cool hip young dude who gets to hang out with NFL players. I don't understand what happened there. Like you just immediately just won, and we're supposed to care about you, but mainly, so he's been on commercials with Patrick Mahomes, who's won Super Bowls and MVPs, makes like $500 million. Like NFL fans know who Patrick Mahomes is, right? So during an NFL game with State Farm commercials. Featuring what are you doing? Yeah, you're the one that you run this place. Anyway, so Jake from State Farm, he's on these NFL commercials, hanging out with Patrick Mahomes and whatnot, and I don't understand what does he bring that Patrick Mahomes doesn't bring to NFL fans. So just imagine the last big meeting at State Farm before they're about to film this commercial, the big State Farm farms. I don't know. The last meeting before they're about to film this commercial, all the big wigs are in, and they're like, all right, so you know how we're about to shoot this commercial with Patrick Mahomes for NFL fans? Just in case NFL fans don't connect with the Super Bowl MVP and the super popular athlete, I think maybe we should also add Jake from us. I don't understand. Give us a backstory. Maybe, for the first 15 years of his career, he sold the General Insurance and got replaced by Shaq or something like that, So that way, give us something during Monday Night Football. Hey, the new Jake from State Farm? Did you know for the first 15 years he sold crappy insurance? But now he's playing with Patrick Mahomes, so good for him. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. There might be something there. I don't know. Maybe
it's there.
There's something there. Let's see. Ooh, okay. This might have some. All right, let's try this one. So I've been looking for a new job. I've been trying to hit the next stage of my career in digital marketing, trying to get a digital director position, and I've been sending out resumes. And along with resumes, I've been sending out cover letters, which feel completely pointless. I don't understand the point of a cover letter unless you're applying for a writing job, because if your resume is good enough, what are the chances the cover letter is going to disqualify you? And on the other hand, if your resume is terrible, what are the chances that a good cover letter is going to give you the job? So if you're trying to hire a rocket scientist, and oh yeah, Mr. Rocket Scientist, let's see, you built the rocket, did this and other technical stuff that I don't know enough about to add to this bit. You're very successful, but this cover letter, so just based on the cover letter alone, I'm sorry, that's a no. But on the other hand, say you're looking to fill a position and you meet someone, they hand you a resume, hi, nice to meet you, what's your name? Juice? Okay, let's take a look at your resume. Let's see here. Well, looks like you haven't worked for the last 28 years. Is that correct, Juice? And the last job you had was running a video rental store in Davenport, Iowa. Well, I got to tell you, this resume is the worst resume I've ever seen in my life. However, this cover letter, let me just borrow a word from your cover letter. I was enraptured by your cover letter. So, just based on your cover letter alone, I'm giving you the job. So, tomorrow morning, congratulations. You start as the head of pediatrics at Cedars-Sinai. You know? Let's see. This was like, the genesis of this is like many years old. All right, let's see if I can make a joke out of this. I don't understand cast iron. I mean, I understand cast iron, but I hate cast iron because it's number one. Every time I bust out my cast iron pan, it feels like I'm working on a train or something. It feels like outdated technology. Because you get a cast iron pan, and everyone says, it cooks well and all this, that. But what do you have to do to get it there? You have to oil it a bunch, right? So why don't I just use oil to cook, So it's just like, it's like non-stick cookware has been invented, oil's been invented. What is the point of a cast iron pan? And, I complain to my friends, and I have a lot of friends that are big into cast irons. Like, well, the thing about cast iron is that it conducts heat real well. Like, it conducts heat real well. Well, if I ever put an orchestra together called Heat, I will call my goddamn pan to conduct it. Like, I don't give a, whatever. Just give me my oil and my nonstick. This one. I'm sure I was stoned when I came up with this idea. And it might only be funny in my head. So, let's give it a shot. So, I don't know if you knew, but Daryl Hall and John Oates were beefing. Yeah, and they split up. It's a whole thing. And I like their music, but I always wondered how many times did John Oates bring up the idea of being called Oates and Hall? Like, it surely had to come up at one point or another, right? Finally, John Oates got himself, a little liquored up, and he, finally just worked up the courage. Like, hey, Daryl, what do you think? How about, for the next tour, maybe we do Oates and Hall or something? And then Daryl Hall would be like, wait. You want to go as Oates and Hall? No. It's Hall and Oates, because I sing most of the songs. I'm the lead singer, so I got to be first, right? Hall and Oates. And besides, look at you. And then John Oates would be like, what do you mean? It's like, well, John, how do I put this nicely? You look like Kenny Powers from Eastbound and Down. And then John Oates will be like, Daryl, that show hasn't even been invented yet. Like, how do you know what Kenny Powers from Eastbound and Down looks like? And then Daryl Hall will say, like, see, now you're just being difficult. This is why it's called Hall and Oates. I must have been very, very stoned when I wrote that. Okay. This is another. The hot Tua girl annoys me. She got into the crypto thing, but if you go back and watch the interview, and actually I hadn't really watched the interview, and I watched the interview, and the whole point is that she got popular for answering the question about what would you do to make an evening, memorable, make a man's evening memorable, and then she did, spit on that thing, right? Now, my sexual history could be summarized on one side of a pamphlet, right? But even for me, I don't remember the last time that what spitting on the thing was the highlight of an otherwise, fun encounter. It's the whole thing that, really, that's, wow. Like, how old are you that spitting on the, also, you're kind of supposed to, unless you're going completely dry. I don't know, but it's just the lack of creativity is that it bugs me. It's like, how do you come up with something else? Like, I don't know, what would you do in bed to make a man, like, an evening memorable? It's like, I don't know. Sexually based Mario Kart challenges, something like, what's that, honey? Like, loser has to wear the saddle. Oh no, I'm in the wall now, All right, he got a chug. Yeah, there's a chuckle. All right. He's the only one that chuckled last time on this one, so let's try this one. Okay.
Make everybody chuckle.
Last week, actually, should I start it recently? Start every joke recently. Yeah. Last week, today, this morning. So recently I watched a video of a YouTube video of these chefs, Italian chefs, taste testing frozen pizza. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but Totino's did not win. But, and actually to spoil it to you, like, the winner you can't find anywhere. It sucks. It's like very specialty pizza. But at some point, they reviewed Tombstone Pizza. And I've had Tombstone frozen pizza before, but I don't know why I never realized that Tombstone Pizza, it's called Tombstone Pizza. It's a food product called Tombstone Pizza. Like, how did that make it out? Like, I don't understand. It's like, oh, our new frozen pizza. I don't know who runs Tombstone Pizza, but it's like, hey, oh, we got a new frozen pizza. What do you want to call it? I don't know, off the top of my head. How about Tombstone Pizza? And then that head honcho was probably like, that's brilliant. It's going to go well with the rest of our line of frozen foods, like our line of funeral home frozen fries and our cancer diagnosis frozen corn dogs. Yeah. Prostate? What do you mean prostate? Prostate cancer, yeah. How much time do I have? I haven't hit 8 yet. Oh, I'm at 8 minutes. Oh, man, this one. After Oates and Hall, I don't want to try this one.
That was great.
No. It's one about impressions, but it's like this is another one that I was high when I wrote it. That's stupid. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember like the lead into it because it's about impressions. Oh, yeah. I think I wrote it during the pandemic, and there was probably a lead in about the pandemic. Like, staying in. Anyways, but I guess maybe I could do a different intro. But anyways, comedians do impressions, right? I think. I don't know if comedians still do impressions or not, but I don't know where I'm going with this. Basically, I just want to do a Randy Newman impression on that one. So the whole gist of the joke is that you've got a friend in me. If you say that enough to yourself, it eventually starts to sound dirty. You've got a friend in me. Like, think about it. Like, just maybe it's a song about an awkward threesome. It's like, Dale, could you ask your good buddy to get out of my keister, please? What I'm trying to tell you is you've got a friend in me. There you go. Yeah. And then also, I don't know how it was going to work in the Randy Newman impression, but there's also a Cosby impression there. So like, I'm trying to. I was trying to remember because he sings the song, right? You've got a friend in me. But it sounds like Barbie. But I was trying to remember like how I worked in Cosby there. I was like, I was working on impressions. Oh, it's because I was working. I'm trying to remember the first version of this joke. It's like, I came up with a rant.
Think of what made you think of it.
Oh, that you got a friend in me. Like eventually, it's think about it. It sounds like a dirty word.
Some people don't know what you're talking about.
The song, you got a friend in me.
Say a song. You didn't say that.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. That's why it's on this card and not during my set.
And you're wearing that. And whenever you wear that, you have to promote. But your hashtag is Middle East Muchacho.
Right. Well, how much time do I have? All right, good. My name's been Billy Ramirez. You can find me at billyramirez.com. It's been a pleasure joining you here at the Comedy Workshop during Manic Monday at LA School of Comedy, located at 10835 Santa Monica Boulevard. And please welcome back to the stage, Sunda Kronquist.
Thank you. Oh, my God. Listen, imagine if you had a third person with the other accent you do. The one from the Spanish one even, and, if they were all three, I don't know how, but that way you wouldn't be saying it's an impression. Just reminds me of that song with so-and-so, so-and-so. If we would say Peter, Paul, and Mary. And have them singing, you've got it, whatever. But that way, these characters, because you see, everyone's rich here with characters. Not everybody can throw their voice around like the show-off over there on the computer. I was getting his attention. I was like a nun. I threw the freaking cap at him, and he's looking up. And that is so funny. He's looking up. All right. I don't want to have to take an Addy anymore. So right now, let's give it up. Get your Addy with our Patty. Come on.
Thank you a while, so I need to keep it going. Thank you very much, Goldie. Thank you, Colin. That's okay. That's enough. That's just enough. I'm going to start off by patronizing all of you and saying, I believe very strongly that anyone here is better than anyone who's not here. Do we agree? I'm a little down in the dumps. I don't know if you know, but this is earlier today. It came out in the news that fucking smoke show of a prime minister, that fucking hot hunk of Canadian bacon, Pierre Trudeau, is out. Possibly the hottest world leader in fucking history. Am I right? 6'2" Macron, he's kind of hot. He's only 5'8". You know, Trudeau, God damn it. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. You know, if I were gay, I wouldn't fuck Trudeau. I would make sweet, sweet love to him. I would make sweet, sweet, passionate fucking love to him, because have a look at him. He's a fucking keeper. You know, could you imagine us in our den planning the summer home in Vancouver, doing our taxes together, you know, discussing DEI practices? Could you fucking imagine it? I'm going to go out on a limb here. Hey, come with me, though. Come with me. If there are some shenanigans behind this whole resignation and he has to go to jail, I'm going to go with him. I'm going to go with him because a prize like, I've been incarcerated many times. Some of you guys don't know that. And I know the ins and out of the system. A guy like that could keep me in fucking smokes and toilet wine through the whole fucking stay, baby. I'm just not kidding. God damn. I don't know if you guys notice, but, you know, I have resting January 6th face. Which is a little deceiving because it's not true. I voted for Biden. I had a little buyer's remorse. You know, I think the cure might have been worse than the disease. Not sure, but he's getting out at the right time. He's got a little cranky today. I don't know if you saw him with the president. He told him, you know, I've seen more goddamn world leaders than any of you will see in your life. He lost his temper, and I don't know if you noticed, but last week he accidentally pardoned John Wilkes Booth. Yeah. I don't know if you remember John Wilkes Booth. He was an actor and assassin. He said, and I quote, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." That was him. He also was the only actor ever to take a president out until George Clooney. But it's crazy. These are crazy times. I'm a little perturbed. I don't know what's going to happen. But for instance, it's like the whole last 10 years has been kind of crazy. Like, when did it become okay for old white men to tell us who's black and who isn't? And not even old. I'm an old white man. These are geriatric people. Right? And like Biden, remember he was on Charlemagne. I just say Charlemagne. I don't say the God. I just say Charlemagne, the Breakfast Club. And he said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. That's bold. Or even Trump said, Kamala Harris is black now. Come on, man. That's crazy. It's ridiculous. You know who tells you who's black? Black people. That's who tells you who's fucking black. Like, I don't know if you know, I was at the Grammys a couple weeks ago, and Drake gave me an N-word pass. I was honored, but then Kendrick tapped me on the shoulder and told me it was only good in the house. Maybe the kitchen, maybe upstairs, but certainly not the field. Because look, I didn't make this up. But the truth is, there is a movement that says, and Sundi, you can chime in on this as our local expert, that if your mother's not black, you're not black. Right? And your N-word usage and ability to grant passes is limited. And that's a fact. Now, I don't know if you know this. Some of you may know it. Some of you might not. But Drake's mother is Jewish. And by the way, if your mother's Jewish, you're fucking Jewish. If you come to this world through a kosher vagina, you are undeniably Jewish forever. No one can take that away from you. Mama's baby, papa's maybe. That's what it comes from, mother's milk. So this is you guys are going to see this on DMV. Remember that you heard it from Patty first, okay? Drake is rumored to be the only individual who has attended both a P. Diddy freak-off and had Shabbat dinner on Epstein's Island. These are rumors, and the first rumor I cannot either confirm or deny. P. Diddy called them white parties, but I was never invited. I can, however, confirm the second rumor because I was there. I was there on Epstein's Island. And many of you are looking at me going, but Patty, you are not Jewish. That is correct. That is correct. I am not. But I have what's called Shabbat Goyim status. Shabbat Goyim translates to one of the good ones, which, interestingly enough, was what my father used to refer to Sammy Davis Jr. as. And I want to say something. I, to this day, cherish those memories. I actually have, and it was given to me by Jeffrey Epstein, I have an oil painting of him in my front room, and it didn't hang itself either. Oh, come on with me, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, Patty will get you there. I will take you there. Here's the deal, though, and some of you know that I was raised terminally Catholic. And because of that, I am ashamed of my body as God meant it to be. I never, in my life, until I came to California, ever had a massage. First of all, I was an altar boy. I've got a funny thing about being touched, but that's a bit for another time. So I came out here, I was 19, and I said, I'm going to go get a massage. And so there I am in the little massage room, and the masseuse walks in, and he says, take off all your clothes. And I thought a little odd about it because it was a foot massage. So I did, and I'm standing there, I'm holding all my clothes, and I said, where should I put these? He said, just put them in the corner next to mine. And I'm going to say this out loud, and I don't care what you think of me. Other than an awkward amount of eye contact, it was a fucking great foot massage. It was fucking fantastic, And there's nothing wrong with that. And I will tell you this, I didn't have to pay. And that's when I realized, I'm just going to say this, that I was catnip to gay men. They would give me anything I wanted. You know what I mean? It's the closest thing to hot girl privilege that a guy could have. Because you realize I can make people do things because they want to fuck me. And I'm going to tell you something. Kinsey says everybody's a little gay, and me too, but I'm just gay for the attention. I love the attention. The sex, no so much, but as women know, if with the attention, eventually somebody wants to fuck you. That's the price you pay. But I don't know if you guys know this, but ayahuasca is now the pickleball of drugs. Yeah. Pickleball is ubiquitous in our culture. You know what I mean? It's people don't know that Kevin Spacey invented pickleball. Not the game. It's something he did to me in his hot tub back in 2001. But it's show business, and I needed to work, ladies and gentlemen. Pickleball! Say it with me. Pickleball! So someone walked up to me. I was at the Fuddruckers out in Rancho Cucamonga. It's really fucking delicious hamburgers out there. And he said, you look vaguely like you play pickleball. I said, that's just kind of a left-handed way of saying you look like an aging white man who's too poor to golf. Bingo! Hit the nail on the head. I mean, I'm here on a Monday night paying $10 to be mildly ignored by my peers. Obviously, my career is at its pinnacle. Thank you. Thank you very much. It is at this point in my act that I will tell a jokey joke. Are we ready for a little jokey joke? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Do you know the difference between a golf ball and a woman's G-spot? A man will never stop looking for a golf ball. Now, I'm going to make a confession. Some of you might think less of me, but I did not write that joke. That joke was actually written by Copernicus. I bought that joke early in my career when I was opening for Mark Twain. Mark was a good guy. He treated me very well. And I think it's safe to say that Mark Twain would not qualify for the Mark Twain Prize now. I don't know if you know, but there's a little problem with some N-words. But can I say something? Can I plead Mark's case a little bit up in the front here? Here's the deal. A lot of you don't know this. Sunda might know, and Mr. McIntyre might know. The N-word, N-W-O-R-D, wasn't invented until 1981. It was invented by a charming racist who had just been elected president named Ronald Reagan so he could mean the exact same thing and suffer no social stigma. Mark Twain didn't have that in his arsenal, or maybe he would have gone that way. So must we continue to malign Mr. Twain? This is good. This is good. I've dug a hole. Where am I going to go from here? Oh, I want to thank you guys. How much time do I have, Mr. Mack? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work on me. I'm going to do another 15 minutes, and you guys come along with me. Come along with me. Come for the ride, baby. But I want to thank you for being such a wonderful audience. And I'm going to exit by quoting famed comedian Louis C.K. Thank you for allowing me to expose myself. Let's have a round of applause for the mistress on this island of misfit toys. Let's give it up for Sunda Krunquist. Come on, you guys. Give it on.
Bring him up for me.
You want me to bring this guy up? This guy resembles Hot Jesus. So let's bring Hot Jesus up to the stage. The man has the perfect name if he were the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. Put your hands together for Hunter White. Hunter White, ladies and gentlemen. Hunter White.
Keep it going for Patty, looking like he's canvassing for, I don't know, the secession of California. What does your shirt say?
Look, I used to do comedy in Texas, and they inducted me into these groups I really didn't understand. So
That's, okay, groups in Texas you don't understand. That's not alarming at all.
look, I'm a joiner.
Yeah, we'll all go. I want to also congratulate Adam McIntyre, or why did I say Aaron? Sorry, Aaron. He's the new voice of VeggieTales, I've decided. I'm glad you laughed at that. Also, Sunda, I was here like 3 weeks ago, and I parked in the LA School of Comedy parking spot, and Aaron didn't know who I was, so he just rolled up. He's like, "Who are you? Why are you parking there?" And he's great, but nobody I'm more terrified of. It's great. Sunda gave me shit about how I was sitting. Look, I guess I did too many drugs. Now I sit like an ancient person. I don't know. Did you guys have a good holiday? Yeah, I went to Boston, which, if you don't know anything about Boston, it's the home of the American Revolution, and it happened there because it's so cold and miserable, they didn't want to put up with the king's bullshit. Like, it's a frozen swamp. Why would they pay taxes? No, but, do you guys think it's weird to go on like a history tour or like a tourist thing by yourself? No, because it could get really weird really quick. I'll tell you a story. So my girlfriend was busy, so I decided to go to the Boston Tea Party Museum. We're familiar with the Tea Party, right? Like they dump the tea in the harbor, right? So I go to this museum, and it's great. It's like a whole tour. They're in outfits. They have voices. We all have a character they gave us. It's so much fun. They set the stage of this is what happens, and we all go on the boat, right? And on the boat, there's 3 like fake tea things that like you throw in the water. And so the lady does her spiel, and they're like, okay, we need 3 volunteers to do this, right? And I'm like, cool. So they call people up, and they get 2 little girls, but they cannot find a 3rd person. They ask, like, you know where I'm going with. They ask like 4 times. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And then I stopped for a second because, like, what I pictured was, like, again, 3, like, 6-year-old or 2 6-year-old girls and then a 31-year-old me. Right? Like, there's 2 little girls having the time of their life and a 31-year-old man also having the time of his life. Right? Like, that's alarming. Like, it's just like 2 happy children and a giant narcissist. Like that, it doesn't work. And then a lady with a friend came, and I'm like, cool, that works. No. Thank you for going with me. It was interesting. I heard, I don't have a joke for this, but I heard like a 4 or 5-year-old kid ask their grandma, was slavery bad? And the mom was like, I don't know, I gotta go pee. We'll talk about this later. And then I saw the kid, and he was like talking about Apple Jacks, so they like avoided that conversation. Yeah. I don't know. It's I like saw her. My girlfriend's family lives in Boston, which is like why we ended up there for the holiday. And there's just like a massive disconnect between generations. I've realized. Like her aunt asked me what I think of Luigi. Yeah, that I don't even have this written out yet. But like, she didn't seem to care either. She was just mad that like, all right, I don't support what Luigi did. I just support that someone did something. Right? We all talk about doing the work, but he showed up and did the work. And also, like, have you guys saw the video, right? Of Luigi Mangione just video gaming that guy. Right? Because also he shot low, which means he probably just plays video games all the time, which is how this happened. And I didn't think, this isn't on script, but I didn't think growing up I'd be one of these people that's like, video games cause violence. But I think they do. I'm gonna just say it. Because like, he did the crime and then disappeared on a Greyhound. Which is why they didn't catch him for 5 days. If you're on a Greyhound and he gets on, you applaud. You don't call the hotline, right? Where was I? No, but, and then he like, when he wasn't caught, he was so much cooler, right? We were like, oh, he snuck into the park. He has like outfits planned and a getaway car. He's maybe take a bus in the car. Nah, he got on a mega bus and went to McDonald's, right? Evidence again, video games. He did the crime, but didn't plot to get away. He was like, I'll just save and quit. No, bro, run to Canada. Yeah, okay. Yep, cool. Someone did something cool, and look, people are like, oh, how could people love Luigi? One, he's hot. It's fine. It's subjective. People have said this, but also like, we all imagine what he did. Like, all of us are like, oh, maybe we could, I mean, no one should. Like, I wouldn't do it, but, like, maybe someone will. My point is, we imagined it, and he manifested it. If I flowed better, it would be better.
Hey, funny's funny, man.
Funny's funny. You know what? This is new stuff. We're in the flow. I love my life, I guess. Every time I go to like another open mic, I'm just like the weird guy not talking to anybody. But like, it started as like, I don't know how to be social. And now I'm just like, I don't know if I'm an asshole willingly. Like, I got told I'm really nice, but I am not friendly. Like, when did that, like, I don't know. That, whatever. I was on the internet for too long, all the time. Thank you. Well, let's just go back in jokes we have. I don't know. I feel like I'm just like disillusioned with the internet, like as a concept. Cause like growing up, man, it was the best, right? Like mid 2000s, you just like, it wasn't siloed into like Instagram, TikTok, Reddit. It was like the Wild West for weirdos. Like you would click a link and just see where it would take you, right? So you'd like start the day off playing some Flash games on like Cartoon Network. And then you'd like end up at a lemon party for some reason. We've talked about this. But do you know what a lemon party is, person who just walked in? All right, so Lemon Party, I'll set the stage. I apologize in advance, but 2002, the United Kingdom. You don't give a fuck. 2002, the United Kingdom. It was election season, and there was a advertising campaign all around London saying, you want to see a difference? Go to lemonparty.org. Right. So you'd go to... They don't want me to tell you about... So anyway, oh, there we go. So again, 2002, you want change, see something different, go to lemonparty.org. And so you would then go. This was a simple time on the internet. It wasn't
Like when?
Check.
So we have some.
There's
There it is. No, here. All right. You know what? Now it's gonna work. I think it's broken. I'm gonna cry, guys. Okay, buy it. We just got this one. Are we pop? Okay. If you're an actor, you have to act. Are you coming up? All right, then let's give it for Arthur Lopez. Come on, Arturo.
What's up? Is this thing working? Is this depository that would encompass all plant species that support us, all microbial life, mycorrhizal fungi, basically everything you would need to terraform Mars. And so basically Bitcoin was a Trojan horse to take our money and then fund this planetary gene bank, which would create a new market like a planetary life index, and it run parallel to the CME, which is just farmers saying we're gonna grow corn and then trading, that contract to buy it and sell it at a certain price. And so I'm like, okay, what if that gets leaked to the public and then rallies support from all these, geneticists and scientists and advocates for soil health and sustainable farming, and they're all behind this new grassroots organization, and these really nice shiny SpaceX planes start landing on all the major airports, and they start bringing these people on board for this new plan, and then the planes take off, and then we don't know where they land. What happens is there's these underground hives, and this is where the hive thing comes in. And so these bodies lay in these tanks, and they get implants, so they're tethered, and they have this hive mind. And then there's this one guy who's like trying to save all the people and wake them up. Like, this is fucked up. They chipped all the best minds on Earth, and now they're putting them underground in these tanks. I gotta wake them up, and then they imprison him. And then we realize the plot twist is that the AI Satoshi machine learning fucking guy in force kills everybody on Earth, and it was just a reboot for Earth. And then they wake everybody in the tanks up, and now we're like interconnected, and it's just this new plot for this woke species that is like gonna heal Earth. And then maybe they go to Mars, maybe they don't, maybe both, but that's all I really wanted to pitch. I just thought about this idea for the first time today, and I like it, and that's my set.
What platforms did you tell them, the new ones?
Oh, how do we find you?
I usually go to Erewhon a lot.
No, you're gonna go up there in that camera, let them see that beautiful face, say that again. I knew he was doing that. I listened the whole time. You never do it.
I used to go to the Erewhon and Palisades a lot, but they're fucking dicks over there. And same thing with Venice. So I usually go to the one off Wilshire now.
Well, now we know where to find him.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
That's the number one spot to find him.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't he look great?
Thanks. And it was good to hear your voice.
I ran. I got it done right away. I stopped. I see what I did there? And I just don't want to have the wrong people. Did I post? Okay. I want to make sure I do everything right. You can't please everybody all the time.
You can.
You can't please it. You cannot please everybody all the time. But I'm going to tell you. You guys have been great, okay? You guys have been great, and if you're wondering why I'm doing a fundraiser for FUN Fun, then I'll tell you why. These things that happen. And they just happen. Hey, listen, be happy. The other day, there was no electricity at all. None! And I had new people. I know. But then guess what? There was electricity here anyway. I made them go on stage anyway. They performed in the dark. That's how a real professional does it. They don't make a deal. Never. Once it's dead, like you did, it was beautiful. Thank you, because right now everybody's gonna text me from Jersey and tell me, like, first of all, that's my shirt. It's not my cousin's shirt.
Because we now have audio. I just turned off that.
But we do have audio now.
There. Yeah, that one. Yeah. It's just that microphone. It's that microphone over there.
Oh.
It's not a mic.
Okay. Hey. Oh, I thought that was my ex. Hey, I can dream, can't I? All right. If you guys are thinking of doing stand-up comedy, this is the place to be. You can always find me at Sunday Live on all platforms. And we also have a bunch of workshops that are coming our way. And this is workshops with kids, adults, young adults, one-stop shopping. I don't want anybody up here that's not going to tell where to be found when a casting director calls and says, that on Wednesdays he has brown hair. You have no idea how many people call and you guys don't say where you can be found. So that's why I'm just bitching at them, because I'm not up on my social media, okay? I had no idea that Instagram changed. I thought my phone was, I freaked out. And listen, I just want to say right now to everyone, if you're in trouble, the police are outside and they're blocking my street. And it's not a joke. So thank you, LAPD. I love you. And also I'm so excited for the Film Actors Cafe. And my name is Sundar Kronquist, and we'll talk about all that the next time. I'll see you on Wacky Wednesday. Good night.
On that call. What are you talking about? They changed Instagram. They changed the algorithm or what?
I don't know what's going on. It's just too much. It's just too